Well, hello and welcome to Marty Plays Games. We are on the weekend stream. It is a Sunday and we are taking a look at my dream setup on the PC. This is from developer Campfire Studio and published by Campfire Studio, so it's pretty much an indie game. It was released on the 20th of February 2023 and it is a design, illustration, relaxing, building indie game. My dream setup is a simulation game about building the room you've always dreamed of. A huge selection of furniture, computers and accessories, posters, pictures, plants and other interior details await you. Try all of them and create your dream setup. So this has 5,001 reviews of all time. 90% of those are positive, giving it a very positive rating, but there's also been 153 recent reviews and 95% of those are positive, giving it an overwhelmingly positive rating. You can currently get this one in the Steam sales at 50% off for £2.50. Yeah, it's only £2.50 of RGB pounds, so a bargain maybe, if it's any good. We'll have a quick look at the settings here. There's not an awful lot to look at, and then we'll get into a game. So we have music and sound effects. That's it. I've had to put this down to 10% on the music. I've set the sound effects to 50-ish, 52 there. It's one of these ones, 50. Oh, no, we managed to get it to 50. No, that'll do. Well, these were all 100% when I came in. I'll turn those down. Graphics, resolution 4040p is not. It says full screen is not. At first I thought that wasn't selected, but actually the black one is selected and the white one is not selected. So it says full screen, it's not full screen. It's borderless window. Borderless window does not full screen. Please stop calling it full screen. FPS limit I have set to 120. So it's not really 1440p. Language, we've got English, we've got tips on, hide to all objects, it's turned on, also saves turned on, and we're doing this metric, not imperial. And then controls, we're playing this one with a mouse keyboard. Don't look to have any way of rebinding keys, so let's hope they've chosen something sensible. We are playing this one on mouse keyboard, so I haven't inverted the y-axis, even though that would be the correct way to use pad. So that's all of our settings. This does support workshop items if you want to expand the game a little bit. It's set there. I can't see any version number on this one, so your guess is as good as mine. And any updates recently? Not sure. But given it has support in the workshop, you can keep these things going for a little bit. Anyway, we're playing this one stock. We've got WASD, Q&E to rotate, and zoom. Nice. Well, that's everything. So we can just plonk stuff down then. We've got a basket there. Lots of stuff. I wonder if that's cupboards. You think that's probably cupboards? I think that's probably desks. That's definitely shelves. I think that's sofas and chairs, and there's a bed. We should probably start with the bed because they're kind of like the biggest thing. Oh, they're all new. Look, nice. We could just have a mattress on the floor. We don't appear. Oh no, there we go, that's what I'm looking for. I like beds that have got a little bit of space underneath to hide your dodgy stuff. And that one's... How do we do that then? Oh, there we go. Bloody hell, that is a big bed. Well, we have a bed with probably drawers in for all your things, but I think we need a bedside cabinet. I would think. What have we got here? No, that is not bedside cabinets. What about those? Maybe there's a bedside cabinet on those. No, they're just wardrobes. You're telling me we don't have bedside cabinets? I mean, they're kind of bedside cabinets, but they're more like drawers, aren't they? Now, we can see how big these are, but I don't think they're really suitable. Yeah, maybe. Well, we could put our alarm clock on that. Do we have an alarm clock? That's what we need. Oh, coffee machine. I don't think we really want a coffee machine in our bedroom, though. What are these bits, then? No tooltip text. Why have we got no tooltip text? In a game like this, you think these tooltip texts are quite essential, really. I mean, I've no clue what that's doing, look. Oh, apparently it changes colour of things. Nice. Well, we'll do that then. Who knew? That? What does that do? Oh, it changes the colour of the walls, does it? Yeah. I want a nice carmine blue. Can we not just copy from there? Why can't we just copy it for everything? A bit of an awkward way of doing things. Alright. So that's wall colour then. I quite like that colour. So what else do we need? We need an alarm clock, I said. We need an alarm clock. We need some wall lights as well. Yeah. One there. One there. Really good. I think we need some RGB-ness as well. We definitely need RGB. Oh, we can't put that there. Oh, okay, we've got to put that there. Let's put some RGB above the bed. What else? Oh, PlayStation sign. There we go, look, there's an angle poised. Well, it's not quite angle poised lamp. Maybe there's some issues with copyright or licensing to get one of those in. I quite like that. Can we rotate it? We can. We do have some shadow on there, look, but I don't understand where the shadow's coming from because our lights are on the back wall, not in front of us, so there shouldn't really be a shadow there. We've got that. What is that then? Oh, curtains. Well, I suppose we want some curtains. We got a dartboard, we've got an arcade machine. And an ironing board. Who doesn't want one of those? Stairs. Stairs. I think we're going to have some windows. Yeah. We can't place these though. Cool. Carpet, we got a rug. No, we can't have that either. We'll have that though. I don't think we want a coffee machine in here. Weights. That is massive. No, I don't want any of these things. Chairs. Well, I think we're gonna have a... Bloody hell, that's big. Oh, this is... I don't think that is... right, is it? Doesn't seem right. We got some. We'll have a guitar. We'll put that. He's a musician. He lives in this room. Sometimes he gets up in the middle of the night and he wants to play his guitar. I think, given that, can we mount these on the? No, we can't. That's no good. I need some bookshelf speakers. There's some shelves, I think. Yeah. Good. So back to music. We need some speakers. They look a bit big for the shelf, but I think we might have to go with those ones. Nice. And we probably need something. He wouldn't put his record player up there. We got. Maybe these are kind of Bluetooth. Yes. It's not really my dream setup if I haven't got a. Yeah, we're going to have to go with one of these. We'll put that up there. He's into his vinyl. I prefer if it was nice and wooden, but I think he would have this on there between his lights as well. Yeah, that's how it would look. What else have we got? Paintings, trees, plants, electrical things, a television. Now, we have more walls here, don't we? So I think on here, we'd have a television. Nice big television. And he probably records himself in bed. Oh no, we need that bigger than that. No, no good. Definitely no good. That's a light switch. I think he's going to have a light switch next to his bed. And a plug down there. A server rack? No. See, there's a little radio there. An Alexa. Yeah, he's probably got one of those. I think he would keep his SLR up here on the shelf next to his record player. I wonder what that does then. So it would be really helpful to have tooltips, wouldn't it? These are probably games consoles, are they? No. Workshop items? Nothing. Steam items. Paint. Ah, that's an easier way of painting. Cool. Oh, we haven't got any doors. How do we get into this room? No, rubbish. Finally, we can get in and out. We haven't got any windows in this room. That's not going to work for me. Unless we have a little window. Kind of. No. Maybe we've got a little peephole there. Just to the outside world. Cubes, pets? No, we definitely do not have any pets. A backpack. Yeah, he keeps a backpack by the bottom of his bed. And maybe some slippers on the mat. And I think we're going to have a plant. Probably only wants one, because I don't think this fella's very good at watering things. Good. I think that's the bedroom then. We're changing. Ooh, that's nice. Piston weather. I like that one. Look, some just nice shining through the door there. It's definitely not Christmas. That's outside, yes. I don't think we're keeping that sort of stuff in here. Bottle of wine? Maybe. No vodka though. Ovens. We'd probably have a picture on the wall for sure. It would be modern. I don't think you would have modern art. Nice, good. Right, so that's that. So now what? What if we click on that? Blueprint mode? No. How do we get out of that? What about that one? No. Rooms. We want empty room. How do we actually make these things bigger then? Oh. Okay. Is that it? Is that all we can do? Paint 50 walls, what? We can't make these rooms any bigger than this. It kind of restricts us a little bit. What does that do? Oh, okay, well. That changes that. So let's do a bathroom then. We'll have that in the corner there. What is that? It. That is a soap tray. Yeah. So, what would he have on there? He'd have a brush, wouldn't he? He'd definitely have that. That's a shower thing. No, it doesn't look to be much of a shower on it, but alright. We haven't got any taps to fill this up. I just noticed. So how do we do that? We need a toilet. We probably ought to have a towel rack. And we need a toilet paper. Bog roll. And there's a sponge. We'll have a sponge. Hand soap. Oh, you see, there's a bog roll there. Mirror. Is that a mirror, you think? Oh, no. We need a bathroom cabinet. We need a sink. All the best bathrooms have sinks. And we need a toothbrush. I think he probably has that on there as well. Toothbrush, toothbrush. There we go, electric toothbrush. Don't know where he's going to plug it in at, but it's fine. We don't have any taps here. We need taps. Is that a tap? That looks like a tap, doesn't it? You think? Yeah. Looks tap-ish anyway. I wonder if these will... Oh, there's some soap. We need soap. We'll have some more soap. I want the bath mat, really. So if we pick these towels, can we... No, we can't put them on. What about these ones? No. So we can't actually have any towels on our towel rack. So we'll have to put them on the floor. Toothpaste. He doesn't have any toothpaste, does he? Now he does. Excellent. We have toothpaste. So, mats. No, not mats. Mats. We can't actually have it at a... Oh, we can. Yeah, we can angle it. There's a mat. And do we have toilet? No, we don't have anything for the toilets. Do you think we would have a television in here? That's a small television. We'd need it on the other wall though, wouldn't we? So we can watch telly while we're in a bath. And we need a door to get in to the bathroom. Doors. I think one of these doors. Good. Lights. Again. That is a one that goes on the floor. No good. I think we'd have those kind of lights in here. Nice for the steam rising. Good. Well, that's everything for this room. Let's go into that room. No, I wanted the other room. Really weird the way that happens. Right. So this one needs to be a living room or the office. Let's make it an office. We'll have a corner desk. We'll have a chair, a nice chair. We need a monitor. I think we'd have a super wide setup here. Oh, bloody hell. What? What? It's no good. Good. That's better. We need a PC. It would be one of these on the floor there. Picking up the dust. We need a keyboard. We'd have that. They don't have any keyboards that I like with the split keyboards. Rubbish. We'll have to have that one then. That one looks sort of usable. So we got here. Oh, graphics tablet. One of those. And I think he also plays flight simulators. And we got a webcam. There we go. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Could be a head tracking thing. No. Yeah, needs one of those. Macro. You think he's got an Xbox? Bloody hell, that is a bloody big Xbox. They're definitely not that sort of size. I don't know, they're quite big, but no. That is not. No, it definitely isn't that big. Yeah, and I would say the Xbox Series S is about half that size. They are tiny. PlayStation 4. PlayStation 5. So we put that down there and then we get the Xbox. Yeah, the PS5 is way bigger than the Xbox. Way bigger. So that definitely is not accurate. Proportionally. And the Series S is about half the size of a Series X. Not impressed. That looks a little bit like a Logitech stick. Good. Well, I think we need to put a mat in here as well. Bloody hell. I don't understand how these things can be bigger than the room. Unless there's some way of making these rooms bigger that is not obvious. In terms of doors, I think we'll have a green door. We need some lights. Lights, lights, lights. There'll be a kitchen we do next, I think. Are these under electricals? No, they weren't. There's lights though. Ah, there we go. Can't see for looking. I think we'd have one of these actually. That's pretty smart. And I think this room, let's paint it, would be purple. Lovely. The perfect purple room. This one probably does have a window. Nice natural light in here. And pictures. Oh no. I want art. Is this floor? Nice. Almost as nice as the thunder we're having. So if the thing suddenly turned off, that's the reason why. I think we'll need a desk in here. Well, another desk, because we need coffee, you see. So we would definitely have a cabinet. That there for coffee. Yes. And with that, he'll also need a cup. Smart. I think we're all set for our rooms for our desk. Right, so let's pick this room. Now this is going to be our kitchen. So we need a worktop. Kitchen worktops. These are desks, not kitchen worktops. Does that look kitcheny? I think that doesn't really look kitcheny to me. No. Let's try this. Suppose that kind of looks kitcheny. No, none of those look kitcheny. Bloody hell, that's tiny. Well, let's put that there. I mean, you might have something like that in your kitchen. Kitchens. So this is kitchen stuff. There we go. There was a special one for that. Right. Kitchen stuff there. We need a cooker. Oh, we're going to have a microwave. We want a cooker. A cooker? Not much like a cooker. Cooker. We seem to have lost all kinds of sounds as well. Right, I think we need a kitchen top. So maybe we do have to have one. I mean, that could be a dishwash for all I know. He needs a set of knives, definitely. Good. A frying pan that we can't actually put on the hob properly. That's definitely good for knocking hot oil all over the place. Another plate there. Is that a toaster? Yeah. We'll have a little kitchen thing there and a little seat. He probably sits on his lonesome, really. A kettle. Electric kettle. What if we can hold shift and do more than one? No. That was a bit too much to ask, wasn't it? We don't have a fridge. I suppose we could do with a sink as well. Put the sink at the back there. No, we don't seem to have an electric kettle. I mean, that's kind of electric. Let's pretend that's an electric kettle. Good. We put wine glasses on here. It looks like we can. We can't put cups on tables, apparently. Bit awkward. I don't know how he's going to drink his coffee in the morning. Fruit bowl. Spaghettis. I don't know what they are. I want strip lights in the kitchen. Does that look like a fridge? Yeah. Don't really have any room for a fridge. He'll have to squeeze in if he wants to wash up. Yeah, that's just what he'll have to do. Right, so last thing on here we need is lights. And that sort of light. Nice. Oh. There we go then. That is our kitchen sorted. What else do we need? We need a living room. We definitely don't have any bigger rooms, do we? No. This dot there doesn't actually do anything. Oh. Maybe we can make these bigger. Yeah. I wonder if this is the blueprint to our room. You think? Maybe? Yeah. Okay, so we found the way that we can make these rooms bigger. which is fantastic because we're now doing the living room. And we need a bigger living room because we want to put a sofa in. So I'll have the sofa against this door here. And I think we would have the door coming in from this side. Nice. Here we are going to have a nice big telly. And we're probably going to have a vacuum cleaner there in the corner there. Good. We got that served. And here we would definitely have standing lamps, I think. Not those. These look. That looks like a standing lamp. Yes, it is. So you would have that there. Nice. Maybe there'd be a recliner. Do we have any recliners? Don't look like. Ah, that looks like a recliner-ish, doesn't it? We need one that's kind of the same sort of colour. Like that one. And now maybe we can fit in a bigger mat. That's not big enough. Nice big mat. Well, no, we definitely wouldn't have those in here. I think we would have a little coffee table though. We'd probably have a bookshelf as well. That's quite a funky bookshelf. Oh no, it's a table. Alright, we'd have that kind of table there, I think. I think this is where we would have our entertainment systems. So let's go back to this. Where's our... Oh, we would have that there. Because we've got enough space for a bit of VR in this room. And this is where we would have... Can we not... We can't put this the other way around then. For some reason we have to have this standing up. Even though you can lay them flat. That looks more like a speaker to me. If we want a flat one, we have to have a PlayStation. We don't have a white controller to go with our Series S. It's rather disappointing. I think over here, though, we might have a racing setup. Yeah, to go with those, we ought to have the controllers, otherwise it's going to be no good. And what else do we need? Pictures. Lamps. We need another lamp. I think we would have this kind of floor on here. Good. And in terms of walls, green. Fantastic. Goes nicely with our brown floor. We'll have a window. I will have a second window. We'll have to draw the curtains, obviously, when the sun comes in. I think to go with our TV, though, we probably need some speakers. And I reckon these are surround sounds as well. Where's his subwoofer? Is that a sub? Tiny sub. No. Maybe that. No, that's definitely not a sub. Maybe that's the subwoofer that I was doing as bass speakers before. We'll have a sub there. There's our center speaker. I mean, we could put that under there realistically, couldn't we? But we're going to have it there. Rather unfortunate. I mean, in real life, it would be under the table, I think. So that's fine. Plenty of space. I think I'm happy with that. So now we just need to do the garage, I think. Room. Let's play. Blueprints. Right. So we need to get rid of this. Draw. That's our garage. Good. Garage. Cars. Come on. Where were they? We need a garage door. So 3 garage door. Nice big garage. We need some workbenches in this. Oh, that's a toolbox. Yes. This guy definitely works on his own car. We need some. Is that a shelf? Yeah, it is. Oh. No, we don't want you. We better put a fire extinguisher down there. We probably want some fans in here because it probably gets a little bit warm in here. He has motorcycles, without a doubt. I think he's got 3 bikes in his garage. No sports bikes, though. What is that all about? These bikes float in the air. Clever. Now, it's not going to be very comfortable for going down the road either. Be a little bit bouncy, I would think. Duk, 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 as it went over the, what is that? 12-sided wheel. He's probably got a car as well. Almost like a Ferrari. Not a lot of shading going on that. That's almost a Porsche. I think he's probably got one of those as well. Kind of 911-ish. And he probably keeps a bucket in there in case he baths. And yeah, just to make it look like he's healthy, he has a bicycle. Doesn't use it, but it's there. And the pretense that he cleans up occasionally. Engine check done. Good. We'll have some shelves on this side. It's a bit weird placing. Don't want me to place that for some reason. Alright, we'll have to have one of those instead then. I was placing that in exactly the same place. It just didn't want me to place it. He never mows the lawn. No shovel, just in case. And that tool rack, he definitely has a tool rack. Tool rack on the back. Nice. I don't think he would keep any spare. I mean, we've got one of those, so he wouldn't have a second one of those, would he? Is that welding? No, I think that's a tyre pressure thing. Or a pump of some kind. Compressed air, maybe? You'd have that for keeping knickknacks in. But again, we're having problems placing that. And you'd definitely have a random jar of screws and nails, because everybody has those in their garage. Everybody. Fantastic. Well, I think that is our garage done. We don't have any lights in here yet. We'll do some lights before we finish. Garage lights. Not seeing anything really appropriate for the garage. Maybe we'll do these ones. Good. There we go. Need a switch to turn them on and off. Right. We probably have Wi-Fi in there as well, don't we? For our cameras. There's no I just noticed there's no kind of cameras. Well, no cameras that you'd CCTV cameras that you'd have in your garage to make sure nobody's pinching your car. What an odd game. I mean, it's just placing things in a room, but sometimes it's a little bit iffy as to where it wants to place them. At least we found a way of expanding the rooms, because that was quite constricted when we first started. It wasn't obvious from that we could make the rooms bigger. But yeah, that's it. If you want to make the rooms bigger, click on your blueprints and then you can just change the size and shape of your rooms, which is nice. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could make them some real funky shapes, couldn't you? Oh, and I don't know what happened to the music. It decided it wanted to stop for some reason. Yeah, so you can have some very funky rooms if you want. Very weird. Well, that is my dream setup. So it's £2.50. You can't really complain at £2.50, to be perfectly honest. If you just want to play about and make your rooms look perfect, then I think this one is for you. There's a game coming called Dream Garden as well, apparently. And there's a whole load of workshop items, so maybe go and have a look at those as well and expand this game. But that is all from me for today. I shall be back again on Wednesday with another game for my pile of shame. Until then, I hope you have a pleasant Sunday, and I shall see you later.